process went to Leipzig?
Yeah, I mean, the process was good. It wasn't any awkward tension, anything like that. I think the precedent that he sent up front early, the fact that, look, this is between, your agent and him, and it has nothing to do with me, and I think that was great, and there was never any bad blood.
Do you feel more motivated now that it's officially a contract year in some ways?
I mean, I wouldn't say more motivated. Getting the hardware tonight for last season and being able to do this again with this team is all the motivation I need.
How much of this is about betting on yourself, like your confidence in what you can achieve, and how much better you can play and do?
That's a great question. I mean, I think the biggest thing I'm trying to do this year is just continue to get better and continue to improve, whether it's a contract year or not. I mean, that's the goal, and you want to do that every single year.
Was the reports of the $64 million deal, were those true when those were made?
I mean, I never got an email to me about it, so I mean, I don't know.
Harrison, there's certainly talk about this team maybe getting involved with some big-name players next offseason. Your name might be involved in that. How much of that is you want some control of that as a restricted free agent? You'd have more control over what might happen in your future next summer.
Well, it's been a roller coaster in terms of that since I got here. Dwight Howard, Kevin Love. So now that we won a championship, the Warriors are, it's a desirable destination. So it'll be nothing new come this next season with more big names and the Warriors potentially trying to sign those guys.
Do you want some control of that though? If your name's in the trade talks, if you're a restricted free agent, you do control it.
How much control do you really have? You just kind of just let that stuff play out. But in the end, I'm confident it'll all work out.
Are you concerned at all about a season without the contract that you're playing out? Are there any worries about that?
No real worries. I mean, I approach the season the same. I mean, the possibility of getting hurt, the possibility of X, Y, and Z, numbers, production, all that kind of stuff. I mean, it's all there whether you have a contract or not. So I'm going to approach it the same way.
How do you think you guys are going to play to start this season? Do you have an idea? Is it going to be just like last year? Is it going to be a little bit different?
It'll be definitely different, just because there's a bigger target on our back. Coach Kerr's not here. I mean, it's a different season, so we can't just rely and say, okay, we're going to be the exact same team we were last year. So there'll be some a little bit of an adjustment period, but I think we'll be fine.
I know you guys were confident in Luke Walton, but I mean, he is a young coach. This is all new to him. I guess there has to be some concerns about not having Kerr, and you don't have Alvin Gentry, who you have to face tonight, who's a big part of your team.
Yeah, the only advantage against going against Alvin Gentry is that we know his playbook, so that's good, and vice versa. But Coach Kerr was a young coach too at one point, with no experience, and everyone thought he was in over his head, and he managed to do all right. So Luke, being with the team for a year, knowing all the ins and outs, we feel confident that he'll be able to run the ship.
Do you think Alvin's going to do game plan-wise with you guys? Because he knows how to maybe slow this offense down since he helped build it.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see his defense. I don't know if he'll use the Clipper-style defense or if he'll use our style defense, so we'll see what happens.
I know you guys are aware that.
With the salary cap spike that's coming in a couple of years, the 16, 17 million now is going to be low 20s. Do you go into the extension talks with much motivation to get something done, or is there that part of you saying, I'm going to be fine with that one way or the other?
Well, I think, before the season, like I said, I let my agent worry about all that kind of stuff. The goal was to try to get something done, but now that the season's here, it's solely about basketball. Contract stuff, you put that all to the side. I told my agent, don't call me about that, don't call me about this and the third. If you call me, just talk basketball and that's it. Because, like I said, there's a lot of riding on this season. Not in terms of that, but just in terms of the possibility of going back-to-back. So that's pretty much the focus. And, in July, we'll revisit this all again, but for now, all that stuff is tabled.
Buck said he's still confident he can make something work in July, maybe match or whatever it takes. And the fans' questions to me are you coming back? Does this reduce, in your mind, reduce the chances of you coming back?
No, I don't think we need to read too much into that in terms of does it reduce this or does it reduce that, or if you're trying to get X, Y, and Z. The biggest point was just to let everybody know that look, something wasn't accomplished, but the focus is about basketball, and we don't want this to be a distraction carrying on throughout the season. Just kind of want to address it now, and then after the season, hopefully after another parade, we can talk about this again.
What was the reason that you changed agents at the time?
It's just a financial matter, nothing personal.
I know you guys have, that other champions on the ring nights have gotten beat pretty good. Has that been discussed, and how do you avoid that?
Yeah, that's been discussed a lot actually. We've just tried to stay focused on the task at hand. It's going to be very emotional. Luke, Coach Kerr have obviously told us, their experiences with that. But it's just focusing on just that game. I mean, you want to appreciate that moment, and hopefully you can appreciate it afterwards. But you don't want to get the ring and then go home that night with a loss. I am. I haven't seen any mock-ups yet, so I'm definitely excited to see how many diamonds are in there and kind of bring closure to last year.
You guys have such a tough start to your season, with 5 games against all West playoff teams. To get off on the right foot.
It's huge because, like you said, the season doesn't let up in the beginning. So it'll be a good test for us to see early on where we're at. We'll be playing all playoff teams, all really good teams. So we'll have to pick it up quickly, and we'll be able to see our blind spots early.
Is that magnified by the way you started last year? You guys were so far ahead right off the bat.
It was, but this year it'll be a little different because we're seeing, first 3 games, teams that we eliminated in the playoffs, and teams that have all improved coming into this year.
Thank you.
Thank you guys.